Dagruel faced fiercer enemy resistance than expected, but he regarded it as a minor obstacle. The Chain Titan army had a total of 30,000 soldiers, some of whom were inexperienced and weak. Even if these weaker soldiers were removed, it would be enough if only the best ones remained. In fact, the survival rate of the soldiers would be higher if they withdrew before the battle escalated. Understood. We'll send back the new recruits and those without ultra-speed regeneration. Subsequently, the giants employed their enormous strength to hurl projectiles. These rocks were hurled towards the long wall, causing severe damage to the impacted areas and reducing the monsters there to dust. However, the long wall itself remained standing. It was no surprise that a faint glow of magical steel emerged from the peeled-off outer wall. Luminas must have prepared something formidable. It's challenging to breach the barrier and enter the long wall. Unless we break it, the battle will remain in a deadlock. Fortunately, the enemy's defenses were no better than those of ordinary undead. The battle became a long-range firefight, inflicting considerable damage on both sides. While Lumina's long wall may have contributed to this strategy, Dagruel found it frustrating to face an opponent who wouldn't normally pose a threat to him. Give me a break. I didn't think I was underestimating Rimuru, but I was wrong. I never thought my little soldiers would be defeated by a bunch of low-class undead. Ever since that day when she murdered my friend Twilight, Luminas and I have been at odds with each other. This is another reason why we must fight. Indeed, Luminas, the demon lord recognized as Dagruel's rival, had committed parricide. Dagruel held complex feelings of resentment, jealousy, and respect toward her for killing his best friend. With mixed emotions, Dagruel contemplated his sons, Dagura, Lyra, and Dabura, who were present on the battlefield. Even though they were enemies this time, he wondered about the kind of battle they would put up. No, he had never trained them, fearing they might share the fate of parricide. However, his sons were free from the curse, allowing them to choose their own paths. That's right, I will follow my own path. That's why you should live according to your beliefs. What about the boys, big brother? I understand. If they stand before us as enemies, we will confront them without mercy. If they can use that pain as motivation, that's good. Otherwise, Dagruel had no hesitation. He would simply fulfill his duty as a straightforward warrior. And then, it was only a matter of time until the Titans unleashed their rampage on the war zone. As Adalman and his team prepared to fight, Shion was ready to lead her own team. You heard me, boys. I won't say much, but do you understand what we have to do? We'll confiscate enemy equipment and make it our own. Shion's subordinates, the best of the best, accurately understood her intentions and displayed their motivation. Shion's Yomigaeri and fan club had grown significantly. Even Adalman provided his own equipment for his subordinates, and Shion followed suit. Is it really okay? If you want to return to your father, now is the time. Gobzo is right. You can return after the war. There's no need to push yourselves too hard. Shion also reassured them. However, Dagura and the others laughed cheerfully. Don't worry. Whether it's our father or our uncle, we'll defeat them. Right? Let's show them our true strength. Hehe. My stomach's rumbling. I heard Dagruel has a brother. Tell me what you know. Yeah, I heard there are two of them. My uncle Glassword, who is my father's second in command, took care of me a lot, but I've never even met this Fen guy. From what I heard, he was too dangerous and was sealed away. The story of him defeating our father is also unbelievable, but if the rumors are true, it's possible. I see, Dagruel was indeed strong. I'd like to challenge him to a match, but if Fen and the others are as strong as him, they are definitely a threat. Well, leave it to us. Whether it's our father or our uncles, we'll handle it. But still, stay cautious. Dagruel is seriously strong, and honestly, it would be tough even for me if I didn't take it seriously. Even so, it's hard to believe that he betrayed us. Yeah, maybe he betrayed us, or perhaps he had his own reasons. It will become clear once we defeat him. In the past, I would have challenged Dagruel to single combat. Now, I'm considering a strategy. I think I've become a more well-rounded person. Shion-sama is not fat at all though. Upon hearing this, with a bright smile on her face, Shion clenched her fists and delivered her infamous corkscrew punch to Dabura's stomach. Dabura fainted with a happy expression, and his two brothers envied him. Though not as foolish as Dabura, these two were also a bit dense. Shion, dealing with these three brothers, felt a mix of fear and astonishment. However, as her comrades, she trusted them wholeheartedly. Shion believed in these three men. Shion quickly refocused, glancing at Dagruel's sons, Dagura, Lyra, and Dabura. Her mind wandered, contemplating her potential opponents, including Dagruel and his brothers. Dagruel was rumored to be evenly matched with Veldora-sama, so there was no shortage of formidable adversaries. Even if she were to lose, we still had Ultima and Luminous-sama. The ultimate victor would be determined eventually. With Dagruel and his brothers, along with other powerful beings yet to be encountered, Shion's determination to fight remained unwavering. In the worst-case scenario, she was determined to defeat Dagruel, even if it meant the loss of her entire army or her own downfall. Listen up. While a Dalman makes the first move, our real impact comes later. Let's show these fools what we're capable of. In response, cheers erupted, akin to fans at an idol concert. Nervousness was no concern for Shion and her followers. Surely, Shion understood that Dagruel was a formidable opponent, but she possessed a resilient mentality. I needed to learn from Shion's example. Shion-san, the operation is proceeding as planned. We should start preparing. As a Dalman was about to shift the battle situation, which had become a back-and-forth stalemate, Shion acknowledged the success of their operation. The war had just begun, and it was bound to intensify from this point onward.
Notice, I have compiled the current state of affairs as concisely as possible. Beginning playback.
I would like to shout out to my top Patreon followers, Quest, Cheesebean, Corrido, Jason Torres, and Edward Balestream, and also for the top commenter of the week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below.